What is up, y'all? Welcome to the first ever episode of Bootlegger of the Week. So, my name is Kayla, and I have the Luke Combs Updates fan pages. And this is just like a spur-of-the-moment thing for me to do. And it just so happened that the guest who's like on this with me this week is named Hannah. And she's like one of my really good friends that I actually met through Luke. So, I just kind of invited her to be like the first person on here. Just kind of get my foot in the water because this is absolutely no way professional at all, and it really doesn't have anything to do with Luke. We just like to talk about him and talk about our experiences, and we thought maybe people would like to hear, or the people that get to be on the Bootlegger of the Week have their own experiences that I want to hear about, because I love hearing about the experience you guys have at shows. So if you're interested, keep watching. If not, it's okay too. If you like this, like it so I know. If you don't like it, it's fine, whatever. But if you want to be Bootlegger of the Week, just send me a message. I'm going through all my messages all the time, and people are wondering how they can be Bootlegger of the Week, and this is how. All you have to do, send me a message, say, hey, I'm going to be Bootlegger of the Week. I would love to talk about Luke. I love to talk about my experiences. So yeah, let's go. Message me. So, without further ado, let's go. So I think people might wonder why you're at my house for this.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay. So, Hannah and I, we just got back from Georgia because we went to a Drew Parker show.
We love Drew Parker.
And so, we went to a Drew Parker show. My first ever Drew Parker show.
Oh, I think that was my third.
It was my first because, I kept missing him because we had VIB. Mm-hmm. And then I missed him in Columbus because I had to work. Mm-hmm. Which was like severe FOMO. Like, I was like, what are they doing without me? But anyway, so we went to Georgia. And then you live
like 3 hours away.
3 hours away. So it just happened that you came in. And then I thought, oh my God, I could do Bootlegger of the Week with Hannah. Mm-hmm. So that's why you're here.
Yes.
In the flesh.
Yes.
So tell me, how do we meet?
This is really funny. So actually, Luke had a acoustic, like just Rob, Tyler, and Luke, like a acoustic show. It was like a benefit show at Flanagan's in Columbus. Actually, I think it's like Dublin. But it's just like this outdoor arena. There's a stage, and the people are just like in like a volleyball sand court. That's where you stand for the show. And I had saw Kayla post it on LukeCombsUpdates, and she was like, "Is anyone going to this?" And I was like, it's summertime. I'm a teacher. Like, I was working a second job, but I was like, I can get off, and I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna bring my sister Rachel, and Kayla had
me.
Yeah, Kayla had put on like Twitter or something like, "Is anyone coming to this show?" And me, like, not even knowing Kayla, like, I don't even think I knew Kayla's name at this point, was like, "Oh, I'm coming." Like, yeah, I'll be at the show. Like, do you want me to save your spot? And she was like, "Yeah, like, here's my phone number. I'll like call you or I'll text you."
I know, we were like fast friends too.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah, she was like, go ahead.
Well, the thing about it is that I was coming with Megan.
Yes.
So, and like we were meeting there or whatever, but like I am always so scared of like going to stuff by myself.
Oh, same.
Like so whenever you were like, I'm going, and I was like, yes, I won't be alone. But then you saved me a seat. Mm-hmm. And so then I got there and I saw you and it had just downpoured, and so it was just
literally
hot and humid and muggy and musty.
Disgusting.
So anyway, finish your story.
So I called Kayla and I was like, "Hey, like, I have a spot for you. I'm ready when you get here. Just come to..." And Kayla, God love her soul, is sitting in the back of like where all these people are, and I spot her and I'm like, I'm gonna cuss. "Get your ass up here. Like, I saved you a spot. Get up here."
I'm so scared to
I'm like
push
dragging
my way
her.
through.
I'm like literally like trying to grab her hand, like trying to drag her. Like, "Get out of the way, people. I have this spot saved." So she's there. We have a hell of a time.
And nobody said anything to me for skipping.
No one said anything. And then that's the day we met Kat. And that's like the first unofficial day I met Brienne too.
Yeah. She got like $1,000 VIP.
She literally was like up on the stage, like
she
living
could
her
feel
best
his
life.
sweat.
And I was like, we love it. I mean, but we were still really close.
She was like waving to us poverty people in the sand. Like, my feet are not sandy at all. And like waving, and we're like,
"Oh, hello."
Just shut up, Brienne. That's so funny.
That show, honestly, is like one of the most memorable shows for me. A, because I don't think I'll ever see an acoustic Luke Combs show again. Yeah. I truly don't. And B, it was like his first performance after being inducted to the Opry.
Yeah, it was.
And so, so it was the first show after the induction, and it was an acoustic show, and it was, like, just really, like, personal, I feel like. I mean, it was packed to the brim.
Packed.
But I felt like there was, like, hardly anyone there. Like, it was just, like, my friends and Luke and Tyler and Rob. It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what made you like him enough to, like, want to go to his show?
You know, it's funny. He literally looks like someone, like, that I would see in my hometown.
Yeah.
Like, just walking down the street, or just, you know, just driving their truck down a state route, you know? So that's, like, what appealed to me most. He just looks like, you know, someone you could just go up and be like, oh, hey, how's it going? How are you? Like, just someone that, you know, just your old neighbor.
The manager at Jiffy Lube. So, basically, you think it was the, like, curiosity that made you be so interested in Luke.
Yeah.
Whenever he left Vine, when did you continue to follow him, like, on YouTube and then Instagram and then...
Yeah, so YouTube here and there, but then, like, Instagram, and then definitely when, you know, obviously when he released Hurricane, and then it you know, just took off and skyrocketed, and it felt like you turned the corner, or you know, turned on every radio station that played country, and Hurricane was on.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, you know, I remember this kid from Vine.
Yeah.
And holy crap, he's got an actual song on the radio. Like, let me see what else, you know, what else he's got going on still. So, yeah.
So you said your first ever show was at the Schottenstein Center?
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Were you in the pit?
No. I was lower level. I was I was on Tyler's side of the stage, which I was, the right side of the stage. If you're looking at the pit, I was on Tyler's side of the stage, just like the first level up from the pit. Yeah.
That's like the best seats too.
Mm-hmm.
Like not on the pit, not on the floor, but like once you're like going up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What were you like thinking, and were you like, oh my god, I'm obsessed, or were you just like, oh my god, this sounds pretty good, like thank god we found him again?
No, I was obsessed, and even my mom didn't know much about Luke, other than like what my sister and I have preached to her, and she left the concert and she was like, that was one badass show.
Yeah.
She was like, that's one of the best concerts I've ever been to, and I was like, yeah, see, now you know why I'm obsessed. And that kind of just, that night just kind of sparked a whole frenzy of concerts that I, at that point, didn't know would come down the road in 2019.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was the start of something pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay. So, have you ever been in the pit to a show?
I have. It was the second leg of the Beer Never Broke My Heart tour. I was in the pit at the indie show, and then the following day there was a show in Cleveland, and at the indie show, my sister and I didn't have tickets. We weren't planning on going, and then we had actually, you know, talked to some bootlegger friends that we had met through the Facebook group and all that, and they actually had extra tickets, and so we literally packed up our stuff from Indy, went home, dropped our stuff off, packed new stuff, and then went to Cleveland, and that was like one of the first times the tailgate happened.
Yeah.
So
a disaster.
It was a disaster, but like you were there, Kayleen was there, all my bootlegger friends were in the tailgate, and another bootlegger friend actually gifted my sister and I pit tickets to that show.
Yeah.
And so we actually were in pit that night too, so back-to-back nights in the pit.
Yeah.
And
it's an experience.
It was. Actually, the indie show was only my second ever pit show ever. So like, I loved it, but it was an experience. And Cleveland was an experience too. But and now I know, like, I want to be in pit all the time. I want to be that close to
feet pain and all.
Yeah.
You want to be in the pit.
Yep.
So let's talk a little bit about this disaster of a tailgate that we had. Okay, so in everybody else's defense, the other tailgates have gone smoothly.
Yeah.
Smoothly. Like, they let us get to the floor fast. They let us basically do what we asked them to do. Like, they let us run. Like, before they open doors, they say, okay, if you're in the pit, just go.
Yeah.
So at this particular arena, Cleveland, was it Cleveland?
Rocket Mortgage.
Yeah, shout out. They, like, held us hostage.
Literally.
Like, they would not let us out. So the disaster that we mentioned before.
Yeah.
So the disaster was the Cleveland show at the Rocket Mortgage Arena.
Yeah.
So to preface this, the other arenas, like if we say, we're in the pit, can we please go like 10 seconds before you open the doors? They say, yeah, cool, go, get your spot. And we do. That's how a lot of us get to the front.
Yep.
And then if not, they not, whatever. But at this particular arena, they like held us in there.
Literally.
Until they started getting lines like through the door, you know? So I remember them letting us out. Like, seconds matter when you're trying to get to the front row.
100%.
So Kayleen and I, you and Rachel, and then Brienne and that guy she was with, James is his name. We were like tag teaming this. We're like, you're gonna go this way, this way, that. Okay, well that didn't work because they made us all go one way down the stairs, waiting. Okay, so it was a disaster. So then we get to the pit. We get to the pit. And they're like, wait, you guys gotta get wristbands. And, like, people are just flooding in this arena. Yeah. And we're like, oh, my gosh. Like, what do we do? And so
I remember
we just ran. We were like, we don't need a wristband.
I remember literally, I was like, I'm not waiting for a wristband. I'm going. And my sister was like, no, we have to wait for a wristband. And I was like, no. Rachel, we are not waiting. Like, let's go. We have to get to where we want to go.
And it's like, you know how it is. Like, the guards and stuff, like, this isn't their first show. Like, you know how badly we want to be in the front. If we have pit tickets, the goal is to be in the front.
Yep.
If you go to a lot of shows.
Right.
Okay, I can understand being in the pit for fun, whatever, but these pit tickets are hard to get.
Oh, yeah.
It's like winning the lottery almost.
Literally.
So, whenever we have pit tickets, we want to be right there. We want we want to feel the sweat.
Yes.
Basically.
Exactly.
Anyway, so they were like, y'all got to get these wristbands, and we're like, no, we don't. And so we just, like, powered through. And then finally, they were just like, go.
Yeah.
So, 4 rows back, we're all standing there pouting around. And then they come up to us and they're like, do you guys need wristbands? And we just look at them like, seriously?
Yeah. Like, no, we don't need... No. We just ran here because you guys wouldn't let us.
Yeah.
And now, we're 4 rows back from where we're supposed to be.
Like, we had it mapped out to a T. Like, we were begging them. Yeah. Like, we were like, please just let us go. And they were like...
Not having it.
No. They were like, y'all can wait like everybody else. And we're like, okay, maybe we should wait like everybody else, but... We're asking nicely.
Well, and I feel like that's part of, like, the, specialty of getting, like, picked to be in the tailgate. Like, I feel like, oh, you guys got picked to be in the tailgate? Oh, here, if you're in the pit, why don't we let you go to the pit? Like, what's the harm of letting... There wasn't even that many of us actually in the pit that were in the tailgate.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point
there
of
was
us?
Like 20 of us.
Yeah, like, why can't 20 people just chill there? Like, it's literally not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But it was to them.
I think that towards, like, after the show and stuff, like, it was Jameson and Morgan Wallen and Luke. I don't know why I just forgot that. Jameson, Morgan, and Luke. And by the time Luke came on stage, we were how was it? Like, we were...
I think it was like one person and then us.
One person, like by the end of it, like we were just like second. But we were farther back before. And then they were like, come get your wristbands. We were like, no.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was the experience. And like I'll never forget that show because I've never been forced to be like, you're waiting until we get people through. And then they were like, we'll send a signal when we're ready for you to come down. And I don't run. But I have never ran faster in my life before.
I know.
And I got there sweating and all, trying not to cry.
Yeah.
Like I was just so mad because I'm a mad crier. Like I cry when I'm mad.
Oh yeah.
And so, I just remember that security guard standing there like eyes like down, and he's like, "You are not going out until," and they wouldn't even let us out of the room. Like they wouldn't even let us like step 1 foot out of that room, and that just blows my mind.
Yeah,
I mean maybe that's the rule, and I get it. We'll follow the rules. We're not going to cause a scene, but we were like on our hands and knees begging him to let us go 10 seconds before they opened the door.
Yeah,
and like the arenas got smart with it because they weren't just as soon as 7:30 hit, like. At 7 o'clock, they started wristbanding people and scanning their tickets in. So, like, at 7:30, when those doors opened, they were running, too. So, it wasn't like we had an advantage. So just from seeing a show
Yes.
and hearing about them and seeing them on social media, who's your favorite band member?
Put me on the spot. I think it's Kurt and Rob. I have to pick one.
You have to pick one.
I love them both for like different reasons.
Why do you like Rob?
Let me just say, I love Rattlesnake Jones. I think his alter ego, whatever he wants to call it, is like the funniest shit ever.
Shoot.
Oh, the funniest shoot ever. Sorry. Don't watch this if you're a child. But like, he is like, he's funny, but like, it's like like, I don't know if he's trying to be funny when he says certain things that he does.
Yeah.
But it's like freaking hilarious. But like Kurt, like I said before, he's just like a genuinely nice human. And I know I've never met him, but like I can just tell. And, you know. But I like all the band members. So like, it's hard. You're putting me on the spot, Kayla.
Yeah.
Like that's just
So
me.
pick one.
Kurt.
Kurt?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so outside of Luke, what other like artists are like your top 3?
3. Drew Parker. I love Jameson Rogers. And 3, so one more. I'm a big Cody Johnson fan too.
Yeah.
I've never seen him in concert. I was supposed to, and then COVID. But, yeah. Drew is top. Jameson is second. Cody
Jameson
Johnson
is second?
I know. Are you shocked I said that?
Oh my god.
I know. I don't know. I love Drew.
Drew is more like fan oriented.
Mm-hmm.
And like Jameson, I feel like, so like we got to meet him. Kayleen and I met him a couple times on the Boone Over My Heart tour.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like really shy and stuff. And like he never like when Luke sees us now, he's like, hey, like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
And then, but Jameson's always like, he never got used to the fact that like we were there. And like, it's like, we're going to show up for you, like, get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
And, but like seeing Drew, like, last weekend, like, he was so excited and like met us after the show and like, it was like fun. Mm-hmm. And so like, there's a connection, not like connection, but like connection that you have with artists because they're excited to see you and like they remember your faces and like they like can point you out in the back of a crowd. Literally. And it's just, yeah. So Drew Parker's like, so it's Luke, and then Drew Parker for you, and then Jameson, and then Cody Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay, rapid fire. Ready, set, go. Top 5 favorite Luke Combs songs.
Okay, Beer Never Broke My Heart, Moon Over Mexico, She Got the Best of Me, the new
The
new version.
The new version.
I know, I'm sorry. One Too Many Because It's My Ringtone, and Hurricane.
Okay, your top 2 least favorite songs.
Beautiful Crazy. I love this song. It just, I don't relate to it. No one calls me beautiful. People call me crazy. People call me crazy. And that's tea for another time. But like, no one calls me beautiful, so like, I just can't relate. Sorry. And also, Let's Just Be Friends, because like, it was made for a kids movie, and like, I haven't seen the movie. Maybe if I watch the movie, like, I'll still sing it out in the car. Like,
let's just be friends. Ain't gotta worry about it. What? Okay, so just to end this, thanks for being the first bootlegger of the week. It's been so much fun.
Yes.
And hopefully next week I'm not so nasally because I have a cold.
Yeah.
The Georgia allergies just did it to me.
That pollen. Like,
I just, anyway, so thanks for joining me. Thanks for coming and hanging out.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So is there anything, like, to wrap this up that you would want, like, Luke to hear if you were to ever, like, see him again? Or, like, anything that you would like to just say?
Yeah, Luke, if you're watching this, I hope you're continually working on album 3 because like the time is ticking and I'm like we are ready for it. I just hope you guys are doing well. You and Nicole and JoJo and everyone are just, having all the fun even with COVID going on. And yeah, I'm counting down for album 3. I'm ready for it already. Because you're like, oh, album 3 is going to be really good.
I know.
Yeah? Well, how long are we going to have to wait for it?
And is Tomorrow Me on it? Because we've been waiting.
The tea! That's the song, like, I will watch that teaser video.
I know.
For hours.
I know.
And What Do You Do When It's Raining or whatever he's going to call that song? Hours. I will listen to that.
Yeah.
So, if you're listening, Luke, those are the 2 songs that need to be cut and put on there.
So, yeah, I guess we're done. Like, this was fun.
How exciting!
I know.
Yay!
So, yeah, thanks y'all for watching.
Yes.
And the next person will be next Sunday. So, stay tuned for that. And it's
Whoop, whoop.
somebody that I've never met. It's somebody that Hannah's picking. So, and then, yeah. So, stay tuned for next week's episode.
Yeah.